Good morning, YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel. Um, on my channel, I talk about locks, especially sister locks because I wear them, and also I talk about wellness. Um, if you're new to my channel, I hope that you would consider staying a while. And for all of my subscribers that are back here with me again, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Well, this morning I am out taking Maddie for her walk, for our daily morning walk before I have to go off to work. But today, this morning, I decided to come to you guys because I wanted to focus on wellness this morning. Hold on one second. She wants to go into this dog park real quick, which I absolutely cannot stand. I hope that let me get her to walk around because too many dogs go into that dog park, and I'm surprised there's not more people out here already because usually it's full of people walking their dogs before work, just like me. But anyways, while we're walking around this block, I just want to, talk about a little bit about wellness and a few things that we can do. One of the things that I'm doing right now is today I'm actually starting my 14-day fruit and vegetables challenge. I'm doing the challenge with a guy on here on YouTube, G. Bryant. If anybody's interested in anything that he might have to say regarding health and wealth or whatever have you, you can go over to his channel, go check him out. But today is the first day of our challenge, raw fruits and vegetables, and today is day 1, June 6th. And for the next 14 days, y'all pray for me. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm gonna definitely do my best. But anyways, I wanted to talk about as it relates to what you put in your mind, how you will wake up feeling and thinking about that stuff. It's so true. They say before you go to bed, like really pay attention to what you're watching or what you take in, because once you take that stuff in and you go to bed, you'll be surprised how it literally stays in your subconscious mind, and when you wake up, you will have that stuff on your mind. So like how they always say, don't go to bed angry or arguing or any of that kind of stuff, because it's just not a good thing. Well, that is so true. Last night, I don't know what prompted me to watch these series I was watching. This was on Amazon, y'all. So I was watching my Amazon Prime, right? And there I was watching a couple of movies. I had watched one movie with it was called Killer Joe or Joe Killer, something like that, with Matthew McConaughey, which was absolutely a crazy movie. Come here, man. I had never seen him in that capacity before. And I mean, this was like a sick little movie that he was playing in. It was just really weird. I can't even wrap my head around how off the chain and weird that movie was. But I'm glad that I ended up seeing that earlier in the day, because I ended up just watching some other stuff to kind of get that movie out of my head, because I had no idea it would be like that. But anyway, I ended up watching this other movie about these two girls. It was this, I think it was called, if memory serves me correctly, it was called like the Said family, like Said. It was this Arabic family. And it was like 4 brothers in the family. It was 4 brothers and 1 sister. And so they ended up, I guess, moving over here to United States, to Texas from Egypt. And one of the brothers ended up marrying, meeting this white woman, and started talking to her. But for whatever reason, y'all, Maddie's getting ready to use the bathroom, y'all. But for whatever reason, that situation didn't work out with the first brother. So she talked to the first brother. It didn't work out with the first brother. So she ended up going with the second brother. There was like an older brother that they had. So the woman ended up getting with that older brother. So she was, kicking it with him for a while, all of that kind of stuff, all of that. And excuse me, y'all, I have to do my dogly duty. This is about the only thing I cannot stand about having a dog. Hold on. Come on, little girl. Yeah. So, but anyways, so she ends up getting with the older brother. And then so things were going along. They was kicking it. And she ended up being with the brother for a while. So eventually down the line, after being with the brother for a while, they ended up having children. So she ended up having, come on, little girl. So they ended up having 3 kids. She had a son by him and 2 daughters. She had a son they named him Isam Saeed. Then they had a daughter named Amina and a daughter named Sarah. Now, if you would have looked at them from the beginning as little kids, good girl, Maddie, good girl. She's kicking like crazy. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's go away. Come on. So anyways, they seem to have a seemingly decent type of good life, right? They were little kids. They were showing them on swings, doing all this, doing all that. It was all good. You would have thought that they had this great little cute little family, cute life. Kids were gorgeous because between the ladies' features and the features of the Arabic guy, the kids were like beautiful. Like, I mean, the girls were absolutely, the boy was cute too, but the girls were like gorgeous little girls, like gorgeous girls. Anyway, so like I said, it seemed like their life was going good, everything was fine. But then as the girls started getting older, the father started getting more and more controlling over the girls. He would watch them. He would not let the girls do nothing. If the girls had jobs, anything they did, anywhere they went, the father followed them. I mean, the girls, if they had jobs working, he would literally be outside. Sit here, Maddie. Sit here. He would actually go to their job, park outside the girls' jobs, and watch them through the windows while they were working and everything like that. Like, he literally watched every single thing that they did. And they showed him and the other daughter out there. And he was like, I guess she was taking care of a customer, and she smiled at the customer, and he goes, she smiled at the customer. Like, it was like he was so crazy, like with anything they did. And then you could hear the other sister saying, Daddy, it's okay. That's just what she has to do. And you could just see in his face how crazy this man was. So it was just unbearable things that he was, putting the girls through, the strain that they were under. The brother was able to just do whatever it is he wanted to do. So he could, you could just tell that he just had so much leash that he would just act stupid and silly and just whatever. He didn't have any worries with the father. Since he was a boy, he could do anything he wanted to do, but not the girls. So it got to the point where there were some allegations, because I guess because they were showing how, so it was some allegations of sexual abuse with him and with the girls. It was the girls didn't want to be around him no more. She told the mother all some kind of stuff. And then you can get the sense that the mother was very, very like a submissive type of woman. She couldn't protect them. Like she tried, I guess, in her little bit of way of whatever she could, but you could just tell that she had absolutely no control over that man. And that he fully controlled everything. So the girls were saying that it was shown in the records that they had went to the courts, and it said that Amina, the oldest daughter, she was like, the oldest child, I guess he had penetrated her, actually like raped her. And then the other one, he was like doing stupid shit, like, I mean, excuse me if you can't, but he was like, putting his fingers up in their rectums and they, vaginas and all so stupid stuff. He like real sick, psychopathical, like real crazy stuff. So of course, they were trying to get away. They were trying to get away. The woman's family was trying to get her kids away from him and all of that other kind of stuff. And eventually there were moments where they left, where the girls escaped from him. I'm trying to paraphrase because it's like a lot going on. So they did escape, and they had their moments where they escaped from him. And it's a lot of little stuff in between what happened of them trying to get away from the man and all this other trying to all kind of stuff, trying to get their stuff protected. But eventually she had did a post. So I'm fast forwarding a lot of stuff. So she ended up putting a post saying she don't want to be a memory. She hopes that she doesn't become a memory. In between, oh no, a very important part is she met a boy they allowed her to take a karate class. So she, like, how that happened, I don't even know, but somehow, some way, he allowed her to take a karate class. And when she took the karate class, how you doing? Good morning. So when she took the karate class, there was a black boy there. He was like, you could tell he might have been mixed, like black and Spanish or something like that. But he was like this mixed boy that met her, and as soon as he saw her and she saw him, they fell for each other. And so in secret, she was having a secret affair with the boy. And I think that's another thing that got it where it drove the father crazy, because he ended up finding a letter, because they would only be able to text and write letters to each other, and she was trying to protect the boy at the same time because she knew how crazy her father was. So she was saying, you don't understand like how controlling my father is. You don't understand. So when the father had caught one of her letters to the boy, he was all like hounding her to tell him who the boy was, where he was. He started threatening to kill the boy and all the stuff. So the girl made up a story saying that he was it was a figment of her imagination. It was just that she just wondered what it would be like to, have a boyfriend. So she would write a fake letter just to see how it would be if she was in love or something like that. So he was like, so she did everything, and she did tell the boy's mother, because she had got real close to the boy's mother too. So she did tell the boy's mother and told him. Yeah, she told him too, but she was trying to say, listen, I'm trying to save your life, and stuff like that, because my father, like the mother, she had told the mother that the father had threatened to kill him, but that she would do everything in her power to make sure that he did not get to him or didn't touch him or anything like that, and that if she just had to die, she'll just die instead of, she'll protect him with everything because she loved him so much. And that is one thing I will say. And I didn't understand when she was like, I don't want to be a memory. But I guess that's some real cold shit that they be saying to, the women and the kids that, I'll make you a memory. I'll make you a memory. Ain't that some real morbid-ish right there? But anyways, and then they show pictures of him with the wife, the mother, where he had like a knife up to her neck, like in a picture with him, like literally holding her like a big ass butcher knife to her neck, as if he was like ISIS or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was one of them ISIS dudes. And that woman, you could tell after I seen how her whole response was to everything, because in the end, you could tell that the mother had set the daughters up, because when they had moved away from the father, got away from him at one point, they had actually moved to a whole different state. But they kept trying to track them down until he convinced her to go back to the house with him and tried to tell her bring the girls with her. Her sisters was trying to tell her, do not go back to him. You already know what's going to happen. And the thing about it is, she already knew that if she brought the girls back to him, that he was going to kill the girls. Like she knew he was going to kill the girls, because it was like by them running away from him and doing all that other kind of stuff, and then them hearing of like the letter and them thinking that she had a boyfriend or whatever. It was a dishonor to their family at this point. Like they considered that a dishonor to the family. So it was like he had to do whatever he had to do to get the girls back to the house so he could like murder the girls. Um, and I know the mother knew that, but I know that mother knew that, but she was just too afraid to, she was afraid for her own life, and that was so cowardly of her because she was afraid for her life that she put, I'm sorry about this lighting, guys, because I'm just out here walking and, it's still kind of early in the morning, so it's kind of messed up. Maddie, come on, it's time for, she likes to go walk the block. She's funny. But anyways, the mother, when they got back to Texas, because they was in Missouri or somewhere, they was at some other place, and so the girl, so what ended up happening was the oldest daughter was like, I don't care what y'all doing, I'm not going back. So the mother convinced the younger daughter to go with her. So the younger daughter had went back with the father, wanted both of them there. Like, so he made the mother call the daughter repeatedly. So the daughter kept telling her, no, 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 no. And so she realized that the phone calls wasn't working. So I guess he must have forced her or made her go to the daughter. So she ended up going to the daughter and then telling her, um, you know, please come back. He said he's not gonna touch you guys. Everything is gonna be okay. And all this other kind of stuff. So eventually the girl gets convinced, even though the boyfriend and his mother, they was even willing to, because the boy was so in love with the girl that and wanted to marry her. They had plans. Come on, Maddie, come on. We gotta go back in the house. So they was come here. This mama here just thinks she running things. But anyways, she had convinced the girl to come back to the house. And so the father goes, oh, I'm going to take them for a ride, like, because the father drove a taxi. So he was like, told the mother he was going to take the two girls, just the two girls, for a ride because he was taking them somewhere or something crazy like that. She knew, I know there's no way. When something like that happens, you get the feeling, what's going on. She knew that man wasn't going to bring the girls back. But she went on and let him take the girls, and they went with him. But I'm sure those girls felt like they wasn't gonna come back too. But anyways, so he took the girls in a cab, and of course, just like we thought, he ends up bringing a gun with him, and then he ended up shooting both of the girls and killing both of the girls. But he shot the older one. I guess he was more mad at her because of the fact that she was refusing to come back, and I guess like he felt like she gave him the most trouble or whatever, and he like shot her like 9 times, like just kept shooting her. And the other girl, the younger one, he shot her like 2 or 3 times in the chest. And she ended up being able to make a police call because they're like, it was just like real whacked all the way around, because even when she was talking to the people, the emergency people, they didn't hear her when she was saying her father, she's dying, her father, because every time she was saying the most important stuff, it was like they were clicking off. They were telling her, oh, hold on for a second, let me connect you over. And she in the middle of goddamn dying, and they telling her to hold on, and it literally had her holding on and some crazy shit. And then it's like you hear her expire in the car, like literally you hear when the youngest one dies, like they're like, she's like, it's like, I don't know, she give out some breath or something like that, and they like, Sarah just died. Like, so it was just like, and then it showed the funeral of both of them side by side, in the funeral in the casket. It was just such a sad thing, like what happened to those two girls. It was crazy. And then you should have seen where they buried them. And they said they didn't bury them in a regular type of cemetery. They put them in they said it was a Muslim cemetery. And the crazy part is, at the funeral, it was like so tense, they said, in there, because it was like the girls and their family, and then his family was there, all the Muslim people. So it was just real crazy of how it was, because they was like over there feeling like the girls brought it on themselves how they got killed, and then on their side. So it was just so sad, because teachers, everything, people, a lot of people loved those girls, like people that knew them, teachers, everything. It was just like a real sad thing, and they had them dressed up so pretty. Like both of the girls' caskets were side by side. One was 16, one was 17. And then where they buried them, it was kind of like a last dig, like F y'all, y'all are trash. Because if y'all would have seen where they buried these girls, it was just some old crazy type of place that seemed like abandoned, and just you had some gravestones over there, but it kind of seemed like they said it was a Muslim graveyard, but you could tell it was like somewhere where they bury people that they have no honor, like because it was not a beautiful place. It was just like some random abandoned place where I kind of feel like for women or whatever who dishonor them, get buried there or something like that, like where it's like a last dig, like you belong here in this trashy place where no one cares about you. It was just like so crazy. And the thing about it was that crap was in my mind before I went to bed. And that's when I woke up, like really thinking about that. So this was a whole long thing. And I'm sorry that it was so long, but it's just the moral of the story is like be careful about what you take in and put into your mind before you go to sleep, because it really does affect you and go and can affect your day. This is not what I wanted to wake up with. But I just wanted to acknowledge it, because I just felt bad for those girls too. It was just like, rest in peace to those beautiful young girls, Amina and Sarah. That was just a tragic story. But yeah, guys, we got to think about our health and our wealth, and make sure that what you're putting in is what's going to come out and what's going to stick in your mind. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. I just came in to call myself doing something quick. I have to actually go ahead and get started with my day. We're back in the house, and I got to get Maddie some food. I got to get my things started, prep my meals for today, my little fruits and all that kind of stuff, and get going with that. Okay, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, sharing is caring. All right, everybody have a peaceful and great day. I'm out.